Shalom. We'd like to give all praise and all honors to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Radash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us the truth. Peace and salutation to the whole elect. Shalom. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is on Isaiah chapter 34, starting in verse 3. We're going to go straight off into it. And this is concerning these last days that we are in. Right now, things are about to amp up really strong now. We just had the eclipse yesterday, April 8th, day of the 9th of April, 2024. And we're going to start seeing some things really become very more turbulent, okay, in today's society and the foul, wicked spirits that's going to be moving through people's. You see, to cause people to be more violent, to be more upset, more stressed. People are more willing to take more chances on their lives because they don't feel that they have anything as it is. The American dream is gone, it's crushed, it's a nightmare. Everybody has realized it. Everyone has realized that the Lord is a so-called black man now, and everyone has woke up and is starting to realize that, and they were waking up from these Jesus lies and these Edomite lies. Everybody's starting to wake up and realize Edom is the so-called white man. Okay, everybody's starting to realize this thing, and people are starting to wake up and realize that we are Hebrew Israelites. Okay, so a lot of things are about to amp up right now, and it's going to be amazing, all the different things that are about to occur. Let's go straight up into the word. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out. What slain? The slain of the people. Many of the people are going to die. This 2024, it's a new strand that's expected to be released amongst society, amongst the world, and it's going to cause people's bodies to actually drop dead. You're going to actually see dead bodies laying here and there, all over the sidewalk or the street or near their car, wherever they drop dead. The supermarket, a shopping mall, laundromat, a bowling alley, it don't matter. Movie theater, weddings, it don't matter. Funerals, they're dropping dead at a funeral. Yeah, it don't matter. They're going to be dropping dead everywhere because that's what's about to happen. And their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. Now, in order for a body to stink, it has to be laying there from anywhere from 3 to 5 days before it swelters up and then bursts. Okay, and then you're going to have the odors. You're going to stink. You're going to smell, and all these different things. So that means that nobody's going to be there to bury the bodies, for the bodies to be laying here and there all around for 3 to 5 days. You see, so again, like the Bible says, people is not going to be able to bury the dead. That's why one of the reasons why they're going to have the DARPA machines, those biological machines that eats human flesh, as its fuel, in order to power itself. So they're going to be going around eating up dead bodies, and these different things. And people are going to be shooting each other, going to be sniper fire. People automatically, everywhere you go, it's going to be some sort of machine gun fire or some sort of weaponry being used, to kill who? Jake. Look at this. It's sticking. I hate it when the screen is sticking. And the mountains shall be melted with their blood. You see that? That means saturated with blood. It's going to be blood all over the place. It's going to be blood here and there. Just like, I remember when I used to work as a housing officer down in the Jeffries Projects. And each time, and I had an apartment. Back in the day, I had 3 apartments. One on Martin Luther King and Cass, and another one around right across from Jurassic Park over there on Ladyard, and I think 2nd, and another apartment over there on 2nd, on Henry and 2nd, across from Cass Tech High School. And I had 2 cars. I had a 77 Capri, a classic white with a cream top, and I had a two-tone gray 78 Riviera. Two cars, 3 apartments on 1 job. Bam! I did it right here in the city of Detroit. So I know it can be done. This was back in the day, back in what the 80s and the 90s. Back in the 80s and the 90s when I did it. I was a housing officer, and it seemed like each time that I walked out of my apartment, what did I see? Somebody getting judged. Somebody was always getting beat down there in the Cass Corridor area. Somebody was always getting beat. Every time I stepped out there and looked down the street, somebody was getting beat and attacked all the time. Well, that's what it's going to be like all over America. Not just the Cass Corridor, but all over America, all at once. And people going off because they mad. They hungry. They starving. They ain't got no food. And the martial law police are going to be going around, conveniently rounding up the young guys for the draft. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 25 and verse 26. All these things are going to be happening, right here in America. These are some precepts. This is 2 Kings chapter 9, verse 35. And they went to bury her. You see, but they found no more of her than the skull and the feet and the palms of her hands. You see that? You see that? This just to illustrate exactly how you're going to be finding bodies laying here and there, all over the streets. The bodies should be laying slain all over the streets, because they're going to be eaten. It's going to be dogs, packs of dogs going around attacking people, eating people, possums, raccoons, rats, birds, coyotes, all these different things. You know what I'm saying? Even the squirrels going to get down. You know what I'm saying? All these things are going to happen because when you have a lack of food, that's just like right now over in Gaza. The war-torn areas, if you see, if they've all been flattened. All been flattened. Even an animal, a dog, a cat can't even find no food over there. So imagine how it's going to be for the humans. You see, when the time come over here for America, because the time come, all that's happening over there is coming here. This is verse 36. Wherefore they came again and told him, and he said, this is the word of the Lord, which he spake by his servant Elijah, the Tishbite, saying, in the portion of Jezreel shall dogs eat the flesh of Jezebel. You see? Ate up her flesh. And that's going to be like the rest of you, a lot of you women out there in the time of Jacob's troubles. Y'all going to find yourself out in the streets because y'all ain't had nowhere to go. The very men that y'all depended on and relied on are going to be the very men that's going to be after y'all, plus the guys in the street. When there's no more 911 and it's martial law, where you going to run? Where you going to hide? Where you going to go? You see, when there's nowhere to run, to hide, nowhere to go, and no food to eat, no water to drink, you become the food. Your blood becomes the liquid to drink. You see, these are the things that's coming. You see. Not only but for you women, but for everyone that's out there. Verse 37, and the carcasses of Jezebel shall be as doing upon the face of the field in the portion of Jezebel, so that they shall not say, this is Jezebel, because the dead bodies are not going to be recognizable. The different animals and different bacteria, flesh-eating bacteria and germs and different things, and variants and strands and viruses of different things. These different things are pestilence that are coming and being spreading all around. The Lord said that he's going to unleash during the time of Jacob's troubles the different plagues of Egypt, and even some plagues that are not even written in the Bible. These are the places that's going to be all over the land, all over Babylon, all over America. Look forward to it. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 19. But thou art cast out of the grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant of those that are slain. You see, to be a survivor of a remnant of those that are slain, is it really a good thing? Because during the time of Jacob's troubles, a lot of people that are killed, guess what? They got easy. They don't have to stick around and endure the hell that's going to be upon the earth when it's Jacob's troubles, when it's martial law, when it's the draft, when you have and Malchuses, the 2/3, Malchuses, that's the one Peter popped. Malchuses, all the Malchuses, the 2/3 ass niggas running around trying to kick in your doors, trying to beat you, rob you, rape you, eat you. You see, all these different things is coming. All these different things that's coming. You see, thus thrust through with a sword. Thrust through with a sword. You see, the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword. What sword? Those assault rifles. You see, a gun is a sword, and these are things that are going to be used to thrust the people through to kill them. You see, to cut them down, to slay them. You see, to slaughter, and that go down to the stones of the pit. You see, these things are coming as a carcass trodden under feet. You see, as a carcass trodden under feet. Now, see, now that's a devastating thing. Now here it is. Here in America, you have all these different guns and people that got all these guns and different things, and they're pretty much is using their guns to slaughter and slay and to destroy and kill. That's it. It's one thing to use a weapon, a sword, to defend yourself. It's another thing to use it to just kill and slaughter. It's righteous to use it to defend yourself. It's wicked to use it just to be killing, slaughtering, and start to mess with people just so you can kill them. That's another thing. And during the time of Jacob troubles, some neighbors are purposely going to be starting stuff with other neighbors on purpose just so they can pull out their sword and kill them and take their resources. You see? And take their resources. A regular little normal argument we're going to turn into death during the time of Jacob troubles. You see, when people are hungry and they're starving, you see how they do when they act now in a fast food restaurant when their food has been taken too long to be prepared. You see, Isaiah chapter 14 verse 20. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial. You see? Why? Because it's not going to be any people not even going to have time to mourn. When you don't have time to mourn, you most definitely ain't got time to bury a body. You ain't even got time to shed a tear or to care. Your next move is to run, seek cover, get down. You're taking on enemy fire. Plus, there's some wild dogs over there that's eyeing you, and one of them is making their way over. Then the next one, then what are you going to do? Plus, there's some other little creature over this other way. You don't know what that is, but it's in the bushes and running, and this flying thing flying around. You don't know what that is, but it's big as hell, and it's not no goddamn pigeon. Plus the other flying goddamn insects and shit that's larger than the goddamn monster hornets. It's going to be all kinds of shit that's going to be happening all at once. Plus the apparitions are going to be appearing and disappearing, reaching and grabbing the people, leaving scars. You see? And these, we talking about demons appearing and disappearing. All these things are going to be happening at once during the time of Jacob troubles. What are you going to do? You see? I'd like to take this time to remind you to press the like button. Go ahead and press the like button, and that helps out for the algorithms of this YouTube channel. And if you would please, go ahead and press the subscription button. Go ahead and press the subscription button and the notification bell. This way you will receive special notification alerts each time that I release a new video for your spiritual edification. As good shepherds of the Lord, as always, we are to provide good grazing pastures for the sheep to graze. Now, thank you, and Tawada ever so much. Let us get back into the scripture. Now, because thou hast destroyed the land. You see, and the land has been destroyed. The land has been defiled. Much blood has been shed all upon the land. The land can only be cleansed by the blood of him that has shed the blood to be shed. And that's Esau is Edom. That's why. That's the reason why Revelation chapter 1 verse 7. Yahweh Shai is on his way with all of the hosts of all of the angels in the kingdom of heaven, and they coming to slaughter and slay. The chariots are going to be firing those thermonuclear lasers. You see, and each time they land, poof, each one of those lasers, each time it hit the ground, it's going to be like nuclear explosions. Wow, it's going to be devastating. It's going to be devastating. And slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. You see, because when Esau is Edom is destroyed, when Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua comes into the house of the thief, that's it. Game over. It's over. You see, and right now the power of Esau is waning down. You see, he see his infrastructure, it just crumbling. See, the people no longer support their political leaders. They're no longer listening to their political leaders. They know that they can't trust them. They can't believe the words that they say. The people can't believe what the U.S. government say, or any of the governments. You see, and Yahweh, when he comes, he's coming to overthrow all governments, all mountains, all governments, and destroy all false doctrines. You see, these things is coming when Yahweh shall get here. You see, Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 1. At that time, saith the Lord, they shall bring out the bones of the kings of Judah, and the bones of his princes, and the bones of his priests. You see, and the bones of the prophets. You see, because guess what? Again, like we say, Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Many of the brothers will experience being caught up, and especially you young brothers that's in this truth. You see, some of y'all will experience being caught up during the gathering of young men when the soldiers come to gather the young men up for the martial law, for the draft. Okay, and many of you young guys that's in the truth, you're going to get caught up in that, and you're going to be taken up to the FEMA camps and to the boot camps, okay, and to the prison FEMA camps. You see, these things are going to occur. You see, and you're going to have to hold strong, stand strong to this word. You know, because a lot of you brothers, whether you don't, and it don't matter what camp you in, all of those that Yahweh has designated to experience Revelation chapter 2:10 will be experiencing. And all those that's going to be Yahweh has designated to experience Revelation chapter 3:10, okay, and 11 shall experience that. You see, because there's, the word made it clear that there shall be the blood of the prophets that's going to be spilled as well. You see, as it's to the reason why, these things that are going to be done, is so that many shall experience what the Lord has set forth in Jacob's troubles, as to what we have been exposed to, because that's the word I'm looking for. We're being exposed to certain things because we must bear the indignation of the Lord, because we've sinned against him not only in this life, but our past life. That's the reason why some brothers that's in this truth, is going to experience Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Okay, is what I'm trying to say. Because, and yeah, you pushing the truth, you standing on the line, you doing the right thing, and all this and that and everything, and you pretty much feel like, yeah, man, I shouldn't have to go, up to prison or be caught up in the FEMA. I shouldn't have to be standing before the guillotine. Like, well, guess what? This is not your movie. This is Yahweh's movie. He's the one that's writing the script. And Romans chapter 9, verse 15 through 18. It's not up. The race is not up to the fastest, the smartest, and any of that. Roughly paraphrasing, Salaki. But it's all up to whom Yahweh chooses to have mercy and compassion upon. You got some brothers that's in the truth, that's leading the parade of saints, or so you think. But when that day comes, during the time of Jacob's troubles, you got a lot of brothers that's leading the parade of saints now, making 100,000 trillion videos per second, and they got all the scriptures. They got it all. They remember the names, the dates, the whole thing. But in the end, they not going to want to see their children suffer and die. They're not going to want to see their children being beat or raped and hollering and screaming right in their face. And see some guy got a knife digging out your little girl. She's 3 years old. Digging out her eyeball with a knife or a spoon. You're not going to want to see that. And a lot of guys are not going to want to see that. They're not going to want to see their 1-year-old little baby being the head being cut open by broken glass. You see, and the skull being beat on until it's busted up into pieces, and then the brain matter splattered all over the place. You're not going to want to see that. And so, you're going to have guys that's going to give in. That's in the truth. You see, because if you can't attack the guy, attack his family. That's what's going to be going on. Automatically, that's in the wickedness of the land that's going to be out there in the wicked, foul spirits during the time of Jacob's trouble. There's going to be a lot of evil, a lot of wickedness, and no one's going to care about anyone's children. The Bible says in the war, they do get children. You see, children are going to suffer the most. They're the most vulnerable. You see, so a lot of people are not going to want to see their children get sick and starve and die. A lot of you guys is in the truth. You see, and so you're gonna, some guys are gonna give in and they're gonna take the correct. They're gonna be thinking about if I just take this chip, and be the sacrificial lamb for your family. Well, you supposed to love Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua more. The Lord makes it clear in His Word. If you love your family, if you love your father, if you love your mother, if you love your brother, if you love your sister, you love your family, your friends, if you love them more than the Lord, well then guess what? You shall be slain. You shall be slain. That's not honorable, loving your family and friends more than the Lord. You see? And so a lot of people a lot of guys that you see on the comment boards and see, making the videos and, they rubbing elbows back and forth with the apostles and everything. The whole deal. But when the time comes, when people have to see their loved ones suffer, yeah, you strong yourself, you strong, but your loved ones are not. And Satan knows this. So he's going to come after your loved ones since he can't get to you. And that's how a lot of brothers are going to be brought down. You see, and sisters brought down. You see, and you in the truth. You in the truth. And the bones of the prophets and the bones of the inhabitants of Jerusalem. You see, out of their graves. You see. We're going to read a few more of these and go ahead and close it out. Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 2. And they shall spread them before the sun and the moon and all the hosts of heaven, whom they have loved and whom they have served. You see. And after whom they have walked and whom they have sought, and whom they have worship, they shall not be gathered, nor be buried. You see? They ain't gonna see the screen is sticking. See? You see? Shall be buried with the burial of an ass. Woo! Drawn and cast forth beyond the gates of Jerusalem. You see, and beyond the gates of Jerusalem, they used to have a big dump area where they would go and toss garbage and debris and different things from the city, but they would also toss dead bodies, carcasses, in a dump area as well. You see. So, the screen is sticking. The screen is sticking and going through all this. So we're going to go ahead and close it out. So, Lord's willing, you were edified by today's video. If not, hopefully you were provoked to thought to do better. Hopefully you've seen some precepts inside this video that you can use to put together with some precepts that you have that you can make. Okay, look at, see, now it's moving. And we can go ahead and close it out, even though I do want to read this last one. Thou shalt fall upon the mountains of Israel. You see, thou and all thy bands and the people that is with thee. You see, all that's with thee. A lot of people think that they got it going on because they got a bunch of friends and family to support you one way or another. But when the time comes, when society shuts down, nobody's going to be able to support one another. Every man is going to be for himself. You see? And the brothers, all the brothers in all the camps are going to experience some hardship one way or another. There is not, Nate was sitting there talking about, it ain't going to be no Jacob trouble. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The Bible makes it clear what's going to happen. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. What's going to happen? All these different things, you see. So, and I will give thee unto the ravenous birds of every sort. You're talking about the foul spirits, and to the beasts of the field. You see, to be devoured. You see, to be devoured. So these are the things that's coming. You see, so brothers and sisters, hey, hold on. We ain't got long. Stay strong. Stay steadfast in His word. Whatever edification that you can get it. Because it is our power that we have that's going to sustain us. Remember, Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is His treasure. You see, that's all that we got to sustain us. It's this word. That's what solidifies us and feeds our spirit. You see, and gives us the true understanding of the will of the Lord, that we're able to have a relationship with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Something that the world does not have. We have. Revelation chapter 11, verse 7. The election have attained it, but the rest have not. You see. So we're going to go ahead and close it out right there. We'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace. And salutations to the hopeful elects. Shalom to the hopeful elects. This button be